Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to have you back. For all my returning subscribers, thank you very much for always sticking around. For the new ones, thank you for dropping by. Please hit that subscribe button. You go hear them, you always say it. Okay, no, big. So today's video, I want to introduce you to my sugar daddy. Yes, my sugar daddy, that man that I am a sugar baby to. And now that I have your attention, because I know that you want to know, I'm sure you want to know. Yeah, well, I was going through my devotionals a couple of days back, and memories that are coming up, my childhood memories, growing up as a child. I remember those days, secondary school days. Sometimes, especially all those times that sugar daddy thing. As a kid now, you be wondering like this sugar daddy way they always hear about, how people talk about sugar daddy is this, sugar daddy is that. Sugar daddy can give you the whole world. Why? Because they are capable. And we see it here. So then I always had that childhood dream like, wow, when I become an adult auntie, me too, I will have a sugar daddy that will take care of me, give me the whole world. That when I become adult, I don't say, don't be my. It's not how we hear it. Yeah. In fact, all those things faded away along the line. Yeah. But then I was going through my devotional days back, like I was saying, and my God just whispered in my heart, like, and I remember then, yeah, I used to always say, God, you know, give me a sugar daddy when I grow up. God, give me a sugar daddy. And as I was going through my devotion, I just got, like, he just whispered in my heart and said, um, have I been taking good care of you? Like, how would you rate your sugar daddy? I laughed there. Hey, this God. I laughed there. I couldn't stop laughing in in my heart, like, for real, God, so you stood as a sugar daddy for me all along. And all those memories started coming up. I looked into my life. I said, God has been faithful. All the things that I've done, I don't know how it happened, how I've been able to do them. I just saw that it's just the hand of God all along. God has been present truly as a sugar daddy for me. Hmm? So that is the sugar daddy I want to introduce to you. See, the sugar daddies of this world, they always have conditions attached. They always want something in return. The only God is only God that can be a sugar daddy, that will not ask anything in return, that will do everything for you free of charge. Free. Did you hear me? Free of charge. It's everything you get free of charge. Everything from God. So I just couldn't hold, back my joy, my smiles as I was going through my devotional. And it felt like I was communicating with, a friend, a father, truly. Growing up, I've always, even when I was a kid, I always liked, you know, having elder people around me. You know, even when I started dating, I dated people way older than me because I just like, matured people. Yeah, I guess maybe that's why I ended up, settling down with a man far older than me. My husband is like 9 years older than me. Yeah, yeah, and I like it. Yeah, okay, let me not deviate from what I'm saying. So I've always liked that, father figure, being around, pamper, all those things. It's the way I grew up. Maybe because I'm the last one, I don't know, but I like being pampered. So I was just gisting with God, talking, and he took me through a phase in life, that I couldn't just help but know that God has been involved in my journey. You know, Coming from a background of, nothing, being a nobody, growing up, even when we're kids, all those years of suffering. When I'm talking about like real suffering, my mom, how she would go all out for us. I don't think if I was told that I would um live some kind of life. I don't think I would live it, because of my background, where I'm coming from. But God has shown me that truly He can, pick up a nobody and make them somebody. My life experience, my journey with God has really showed me that He can pick up a nobody and make them somebody and make them something in life. So I was going through my devotional, smiling, and giving God feedback, of my journey, how He has been faithful. Yeah, I have an history with God. I won't lie to you. I have a long history with God, and He's still continuing Himself. I look back, traveled to 3 countries in my life, and I'm like, how come? How did I do it with no penny? My first land that I bought in Abuja, I knew what I went through, how it was taken from me, how I got on that one, in the process. It's been God, to be honest. It's been God. I looked at it like, how am I able to do all these things by myself? Considering my life's journey, the challenges, and all those rough times you get. It's just been God. I look back and I couldn't help but smile back at God and tell Him, "Omo, forget Baba, you are the best sugar daddy in the world." God has been like the best sugar daddy. I couldn't even imagine having any other sugar daddy. God has been the best that I can think of. The best. He asks nothing in return. If I think it, He gives me. Except that thing is not good for me, that's when He will not give me. Even the one that I feel is delayed, He held it back for a reason. I look back, I'm like, oh wow, God, I'm grateful I had to wait for this thing, So, make I no lie to you. Sometimes I remember those days when my friends tell me, Omo, show us the way now, babe, show us the way. As I not get any other way, now only God that they fit points to them, yeah? And that's why I'm doing the same thing to you. You want to know the sugar daddy funding my lifestyle, my inexpensive lifestyle, anyways, has been taking care of me. You see me glowing, happy. It is God. Now I want to introduce to you. I want to introduce Him to you. If you are looking for a sugar daddy, stop wasting your time. A sugar daddy that will give you the whole world. It's only God that can give you the whole world. Let me be honest with you. It's only God. You see that other sugar daddy, he will fail you. Because there are more prettier girls than you in the world. And the only way you can get to that level in life is for you to devote yourself to the things of God. Commit yourself to God. Spend time with Him. Sometimes you look at all those things, like there are some of my childhood memories, that flash, and then I'll smile. I'll be like, God. Sometimes God will even remind me of some of these things. You said you wanted this while you were still small. Don't you think you can get them now? I'll be like, really? I've forgotten that I wanted something like this, So what am I saying? Only God can make all your dreams come true in this life. Reality. That's just it. And to obtain anything from life, you need God's favor. It's only God's favor. Let me not lie to you. If you get them from devil, no doubt, juju. You can do juju and still get whatever you want. But if you want the one that has no stress attached to it, I've not done juju before, so I don't know the repercussion. I don't think I ever want to do it in my lifetime. But I'm telling you of the sure way, the one that I have tasted and trusted, that I can refer you with my chest on. Is God. Now God be the sure juju man, the sure sugar daddy that can help you in this life, that will help you free of charge. And when I mean free, it's free, yeah, but then you have to do your own part. Do your part. What is your own part you need to do? Be committed. Be committed to Him. Your real sugar daddy that you go to in the world. Don't you spend time with them? Don't you call them every minute? And you definitely now you go call your sugar daddy. Any sugar daddy wey they call every minute. Now you want to run. Now you want to chase you. Unless you don't, attach that thing. Now you go to chase you. But forgetting, if na clear eye, no sugar daddy will chase you. It's you that will be chasing them, because why? You need something from them. That's how God should be treated too. Spend time with God. Chase God. Chase Him. Not for what you want alone, because He is ready to provide those things on the platter of gold. He's ready at any time. Even while you are thinking it, He will give you. But you need to do your part. What's your own part? Spend time with Him. Be committed. Talk to Him. Give back to Him. Don't be take only kind of person. Have a heart towards give back to God. So many ways you can give back to God. By spending time with Him, by being committed to the things, of the kingdom. Give back to your church. Give back to the poor. All these things Bible has stated. You can't do all these things and still, not enjoy your life. The sugar daddy in the world, when you call them, most of them want you to come around. You have to spend time with them and give back, So it's not free. But God won't even ask too much from you. He's not even forcing you to spend time with Him, but you use your head, use your discretion. This person that has been good to you, that gives you some things even without you asking. Is it not worth giving back to? Is it not worth somebody I should spend my time with? So that I can even get more if you're really, keen on wanting something from God. At least you spend time, give back to Him so that you can get what you want. I look at everything, my journey, I'm like, oh, how come all these things in my life? How did I do it? It's not me. It is God. He's the only one I can point you to. Because He's the only one that has taken me through life, without stress. Even when I had to go through the stress, I still remember the story of Job. I'm not only with God for the good time, I'm also with Him for those rough times too. So I'm not sticking around. I'm not loving God for only the good times. I'm also in for those rough times, those rough days that will come. Because I know He will still be there to see me through them. Just like Job. Job still loved God. He didn't curse God. Even when he was told to curse God, he decided he will not curse God. He stood and said he will wait till he sees this pass. Yeah. So love God. Don't be in it for just, the money, the good things of life alone. Don't just be in it. Let your relationship with God not be based on that alone. Let it be for the rough, the good times. Let it, be there for God too. Don't just be, oh God, me, help me, do this for me. No, let it not be like that only. Don't build that kind of relationship with God. Build a relationship with God that, is sustainable, that will stand the test of time. The same way you would love your sugar daddy in the world, love God too, the same way. Love God. Is He not worth it? That's the question. Sometimes when I wake up to pray, I'll be like, how did I wake up? How did I even go to sleep in the first place? How did I wake up? How did I go to sleep? Who sends me to sleep? Who wakes me up? You think it's your doing? No, let's be honest. Let's be realistic. Is it your doing? Tap yourself sometimes and ask, who sends me to sleep? Who wakes me up? You are asleep. You don't know what's going on. You don't know. Something happened a couple of days in my house the other time. And I was wondering, like, wow, we had a tap on the door. I don't need to tell you that story. But then sometimes tap yourself and, try to just give yourself a deep thought about life and see some of these things that happen around me, especially the things that I don't see. How do I get through them? Is it not God? It's God. It can't be by your power. There is a superpower, like a higher power, a higher authority somewhere that has kept you, that has been there for you. You just have to recognize it. And that's why I carry God matter for my head. Yeah. Sometimes you go out, you come back safely, nothing is wrong, nothing happened, daily like that. It's just God. Yeah, because some people plied the same way and they didn't come back. So some of those deep things, I was listening to a message few months ago, and the speaker, the preacher, said, approach life with a spiritual sense. Yeah, approach life not with your own intelligence, but with a spiritual sense. And he was trying to say, yeah, from the understanding I had from that message, don't go through life thinking life is, you want to approach life with your own intelligence. It will fail you, and that's why you will always get tired and depressed. You see, is built on a spiritual life is spiritual in itself. So you have to approach it and see it that way. And even God said his spirit, those that must what come to him must come to him in spirit and in truth. So you have to see life and approach life in that manner too. You don't approach life with your own normal sense. You will always be worked up. You have to see it from that point of view. And for you to go and scale through life and be happy and get everything you want, you need to approach the one that handles and controls the whole of this life we see. God. Genesis 1 says he created what? Everything. He was naming them one by one. One by one. He created man also, you and me. He created us. So if he created everything and rules over this life and even the affairs of men, don't you think he's the only one that can give you what you want from this life? He's the only one. He's the one that can call things that are not existing and call them into existence. So the things you want from life that you so desire, you're craving for, you've looked all around, why not go and ask from the source directly? Ask. He's not going to request money in return. He's not going to request anything in return. He said he will freely give you everything. Everything. But first what? Seek him. Seek that you might what? Find. Ask that you might receive. Are you asking? Are you following those biblical principles? Those are practical. That's practical living. If you can apply some of those things to your life, you will get results. No way. Ask. When was the last time you sat down and asked God, I want this. You said if I ask, I'll get. When was the last time you spent time with God? When was the last time? Make it a habit, a routine, a lifestyle to spend time with God every time. Even if it is just 1 minute. You look at it that it's 1 minute, but that 1 minute can change a lot of things in your life. That 1 minute that you think is 1 minute, it can change a whole lot. 60 seconds. Because the Holy Spirit can just whisper something, and that's all that will make your day. So 1 minute safe. You can just do 1 minute daily with God. Just 1 minute. Start with that, and then you start going into longer hours, longer time. Yeah. So if you're looking at how does this person get money? Where does this person get? How is this person even doing it? Some people, it's not everybody that is doing juju. Some people, it's just their secret. They will not tell you. They will not tell you because not them. Let them face their God. But the truth is, if you find somebody that tells you it's God, and genuinely that person is really truly serving God, then trust me, it's God. Because there are people that are genuinely serving God, and what? They are living large, living life to the fullest. There are people. I'm a living testimony. I might not be a billionaire yet, but I know I will one day. I might not be yet, but I am not at that level anymore. I'm not where I used to be. I'm not where I used to be. To the glory of my Father, courtesy of my sugar daddy. So it's God. There are people genuinely serving God, and they are getting results. So you to test God. Stop looking everywhere in the world, feeling tired, feeling frustrated. Look back to the source. Look back to the source. Yes, truly sugar daddies, you know, in the world, they can give you anything. Yeah, they have it. They are capable. But I'm telling you, they can fail you. They can fail you. Because there are times too, they can just change towards you. Juju don't backfire. It's not working again. You start going again, going to look for another one, and start jumping here and there. When you can actually focus on just one that will change your entire being. Your entire being. He won't only give you the things of the world. He will also mold you, sculpt you, change everything about you. How you think, how you act. He will make your life beautiful. Everything about you, he's going to change it. So he's not only giving you the world. He will spend time with you. Do you know what it means for God to leave everything? And he will spend time with you. Why? Because you created that atmosphere for him to come. Do you know what it means? And he's ready. He's willing at any time. As long as you create that time for him and you create that atmosphere for him, he will come. He'll come and make you laugh. You think God is boring? God is not boring. Why do you think he gave some people talent of comedy? God is not boring. No. Don't let anybody deceive you. God is not a boring God. That's why he created diversity in the world. Everything you see in the world shows how great and mighty God is. He created some with talents. He created some. He gave everybody different gifts. That's how diverse God is. How mighty he is. That's how mighty he is. He's not a boring God. Let me not deceive you. If you spend time with him, you know he's not boring. God can make you laugh. You laugh your ass out. How would I have thought that God would come and ask me during my devotion that I hope I'm a good sugar daddy to you? Like, where did he come from? You know, brought back my childhood memories to make me laugh. I laughed. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, wow. You are more than a sugar daddy to me, God. Not just a sugar daddy. You've been so excellent. Like, you've been doing it so well. You've been performing that role so well. So well. So everything about your life, God is interested. Even right from when you were a child up until when you grow old, God is interested. And he's always behind the scene. Now you never call and confront. He's there. Just waiting for you to beckon and say, Father, come, I beg. I need you. This one, I know if you do again. I just need you to step in. Yeah, because if you don't call him, he won't force you. That's the part of God that sometimes I wish I could change. God doesn't force anything. He doesn't force anything. Why does he need to force you? When he knows that you are the one that even needs him. Does he need to force you? Does your sugar daddies force you to do anything for them? They don't need you for anything. Now you need them. So God will never force you for anything. He will just be there waiting. And there are so many people calling on him day and night. Hey God, don't forget that. Don't think you are so important. Hey, God loves me. Hey, God. I get God's attention. Forget people plenty like you in the world that are so committed to God. So it's a privilege. That's why you shouldn't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted at all. I don't. When I spend time with him, I'm doing myself good, not God. Because he enriches my soul. I'm doing myself good, not him. He's not doing me any favor anyway. So there are so many people calling God. Now you go raise your voice more louder, just like Zacchaeus. You have to raise your voice, scream, Father, see me, I don't top tree. Now tree I can't find you, so because the crowd is too much on the ground. Zacchaeus did as he went the extra mile. Because he knows that if he stays in that crowd, God no go hear. Voice plenty, the voice is plenty. He went on top of a tree. Say, God, see me, oh, now from here they call. So there are people going out of their way daily to get God's attention. But you sit down there. You sit down there, you know they do anything. We're gonna do God I mean God don't this God matter don't tire me, Jerry. Make I try the other way. I'm not saying you shouldn't try the other way. You can go and try the other way. I'm just telling you the way me have tried, that is sweet, that is trusted, that is tested, that I am enjoying. So I'm not using this one to sweet mouth you so that you will come. No, but everybody go. If I like preach, if we like preach from now to tomorrow, no, but everybody will still come to this. But the ones that are destined to come will come. Because there are some that needs to hear this, that needs this message. So it is not for everybody, it's not by force. But if you know you need it so strongly, so badly. If you try the other way, it's not working. Just gently come and try this way for your own good. Yeah, for your own good. It's true now. It's not for your own good before. Eh? What will make your life good? What will change your world? Turn everything around for your good. It's not better you go and seek and look for that thing. So seek God with all your heart this year. Desire to do His will. Desire to do the things of God. Because it will give you peace, to make you happy. You desire to spend time with God. Go out of your way. Spend time with Him. Don't do it because of any other thing that you want alone. Because those things He will see. It's like, in fact, when I started experiencing it, it's like magic. You know, when somebody has programmed something down, and they say, all you need to do is, just see that computer, just press the button, start. Once you press start, the screen that will open, press enter, and fold your hand and be watching. That's how that scripture is. Matthew 6:33. Seek first my kingdom, and every other thing will be added to you. It's just programmed. The moment you start applying it to your life, you will just see things changing. I'm not talking of the people that will just hear it or not do anything, but the people that will hear it and be doing one leg in, one leg out. You know, there are some people like that. That's why they make it look like God is not impotent, because they are with God just 50. The other half is by themselves, for themselves. So when you are going in with God, you go full time, not part time. Full time. You will be committed to everything that pertains to Him, and He'll be guiding you. You don't do it with hypocrisy. Don't overdo. Let Him be guiding you. He will tell you, oh, daughter, I want you to do this. Daughter, I want you to do this. Daughter, I want you to do that. Son, I want you to do this. So He'll bring them in form of ideas. He'll bring them in direct communication with you. He can bring them in any form He knows you will understand. That's how He'll be relating with you. He will relate with you as the easiest form He knows you will understand. So having a relationship with God is sweet. Sweet. It's like a relationship of a sugar daddy and a sugar baby. That's the topic for today. It's like a relationship of a sugar daddy and a sugar baby. It's sweet, it's rosy. Have you seen any sugar daddy that you will go to, that you are committed to, that you are, you know what I mean, loyal to, that doesn't treat you well? Have you seen any like that? They will treat you well, give you anything. That's the same relationship you should have with God. Be loyal, be committed. Be committed. I saw the land, and I'm not supposed to say this though. Be committed. Be committed. Do things for God out of love. Shake God. As in, let Him feel. Have you seen a sugar daddy that will give you sugar baby money, and the sugar baby sits down and say, let me even surprise my sugar daddy. and just maybe, okay, buy a house for that sugar daddy, and hand over the keys to the sugar daddy. Say, take, out of all you've been giving me, I say, let me just appreciate you and say thank you. You think that sugar daddy will not go gaga? He will do, in fact, over and beyond self. So do things for God. Do things for God. Go all out of your way for God. Surprise him. Do some things, just surprise him. Shake him. Shake him. I've taken all the money in my account some time ago. Everything. And then say I didn't even have one. I didn't even, at least let me say like this now, I didn't have like this. Then everything. I think some things I've done are some of the things I don't know. I don't see the heart of God. I don't know the heart of God. I feel some of the steps I've taken sometimes in my past are part of the reasons God just, shows me mercy, and gives me grace. So sometimes just go out of your way. I remember carrying that money and I took it to church. I went to the altar and I told God, thank you. It's because I even still have this, like I'm able to give it. Because it was my last penny and I didn't know where another one would come from. So I carried it. I went to give it to God. I said, take. I don't know how. And it felt like the heavens were open. There's something about giving. Cultivate that lifestyle. Be a giver. Be a giver. The Bible says there's one that hurts and tends to what? Poverty. How did they put it? I'll put that scriptures here on the screen. I'll put it. But there's one that gives and what? He begins to acquire. He begins to acquire. Things will begin to happen. Things will begin to come. I'll put that scriptures. So be a giver. Give. Give more to God than take from him. Because he already knows your needs. Even the ones that you've not even thought of. He knows them. So be more of a giver to God. Give more to him. More. So I dropped it. And I went to my house. Out of joy. I did it out of joy. It was not like it was not painful. It was painful. But I knew that I don't know where to go get money. How I want to survive next, as in the next second set, I don't know. But I made up my mind that if na hunger will kill me, make it kill me. I don't mind. Whatever won't happen, make it happen. If there is no God, the following day I was shocked. When I got that alarm, my brother sent me. I'm like, say I call you for anything. I tell you, say I need this. God just laid it in his heart. Say, remember this person, send this person something. He said, that it's been a while he sent me something. So he thought he should just, make I send my small sister something. It's been a while. And that was it. The person God will use to bless you is somewhere, is busy. You need to what? Activate and call forth his spirit. Say, God. And you can only do that. Now only God feed one. Will you go and do you even know the person? You don't know the person. But your service to God can trigger anybody. Can trigger anybody to wake up for you and be running for you, like say, you mean the whole world. Your service to God. Your giving to God. Some people think it's only money you can give to God. It's not only money, your time. That 1 minute you spend with him. That he will use to tell you what you need to do. That's your service in church. You go to church, you spend time, in his presence. You are giving back. You hear his word, you practice it. You are giving back because he wrote those words so that you and I can come and implement it. You see, the scriptures is like the illustration I made. It's been programmed into the world. The moment you apply them, you see results. That's why the devil will try to make sure you don't know those words. He will make sure he will make sure he distracts you so that you don't even remember wanting to even read the scriptures, let alone spend time with God. The devil wants to do everything to distract, but you just have to stand. And the moment you get in with God, forget, no matter how they will fight you, God will always be in your battle zone. I'm telling you, you will go down like this, you'll see God lift you again. You go down like this, God lift you again. Why? Because you are sold to him already, and he can't afford to lose you. You are too valuable. Yes. God bless my spiritual father. I've listened to some of his teaching. Papa Bishop Oyedepo. Some of his teachings, I'll be like, wow. When I applied them, I was, wow. You see, the moment you become valuable to God, evangelism is a strong tool. If I tell you what evangelism can unlock in your life, you will carry your Bible every day and hit the streets and be preaching about God. I'm telling you, even if you don't hit the streets, you will take up your phone and start preaching about God. When you become valuable to God, God will never joke with you. He will never joke with you. He will crave for you. So cultivate that lifestyle of giving back to God. Don't just take. Check even sugar daddies in the world. When you are taking, they will be tired of you. They'll be tired of you because you get anything what they do. You're not valuable to them. But the moment you make yourself valuable, because they won't even want to lose you. How much more God? How much more God? The whole God that created the whole universe, that funds your own sugar daddy in the world. He funds them. Because if God takes them out today, don't finish. Life don't end with that. They don't find with that. I lie. Do they own their life? No. The rich die too. I mean, they say the rich know they die. I mean, only poor people they die. No. So God rules over them. He funds them. Wouldn't you want to be, God's sugar baby instead? Wouldn't you want God to be your sugar daddy instead? God that will fund your own sugar daddy on earth. It's not better to connect to that God instead? Yeah, I would rather connect to him. Yeah. I'd rather connect to him. Sometimes you look at it like, these people say that are always saying everything God. Favor. There's something called God's favor. God's favor. Unmerited favor. The moment it's upon you, forget it. Forget it. It can trigger anything and anybody to help you. It can open doors for you. It can give you ideas that will change your life. It will just set everything apart. To set you apart totally. So leave every other thing you are chasing in the world and face God. Face God. Stop telling your friends, introduce me to your sugar daddy. Give me sugar daddy. Show me the way. Stop. Face God. Let God show you the way. Because when you are looking for help, it might not be there, and it might be there. But the person will not remember you until God put them say, almost see, this person is the next. You must help this person. So focus on God. Focus on God. Let him show you the way. Let him be the only way safe. Not just show you the way. Let him be the way. Let him be your way, truth, and life. So that you can enjoy this life and get everything you want from this life. Let God be your source. Let God be the reason you are living. Yeah. Don't attach your whole existence to anything. Let God be the only reason you're existing. You understand what that means? That's your whole life revolves around God. Your whole existence, it revolves around God. Everything you do revolves around God. Get to that point with God. Like, get to that stage in your life with God. Build that kind of relationship with God where everything about you revolves around Him. And you will see every other thing you want from life. They will come at your feet on a platter of gold. They will be delivered at your feet. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you now know my sugar daddy. Because some of you that are always digging to people's life want to know. You want to know source of people's wealth, source of this, source of... Some people na God though, so believe it. Na God, nothing more. Na God. You to go and chase that God, test it, so that you come and testify about it. Go and taste it too. I'm introducing a sugar daddy to you now. Go and taste him. I'm not selfish, yeah? I'm not selfish. Go and taste him. Taste him and come and tell me the results. Come and testify. I would like to hear your testimony. Yeah. Cheers. Have a blessed and a glorious week ahead. Bye.